everyone, and welcome to the video lecture series of mobile application development. In our previous session, students, we talk about the intents. That what do we mean by the intent? What are the different types of the intent? That basically we know that intent are used to pass the message from the one component to another component, or we can say the intent used to for the communication purpose between like activities to activity, services to activity, or one after another application. We have also seen there are two different types of the intents, like one is implicit, second one is explicit. Implicit are totally basically depend, they do not have to specify the base components. In the explicit part, we have to specify the component in which we want to use intent, or we want to pass the message from one component to another component. At the time we need to specify over there. So this is the totally difference between implicit and explicit. We have also seen that by using the practical, a live practical example, by using the implicit intent, when you click on any URL and you get the URL from the edit text button and you click on a button, you will redirect it to the directly redirect it to the inbuilt browser of your Android smartphone. Fine, and you will open up your browser and you will reach to your website. And for the explicit program, we have seen like when you click on a button and you redirect to another activity. So we do the navigation from the one activity to another activity and second activity to the first activity. This is all that we have already done. Okay. So if you do not, if you didn't watch my previous video, students, then please check out the link in the description and watch it. Okay. Then and then please watch this particular intent video part 2. So what's new in today's lecture? Nothing new, but in this lecture we are going to use intent to pass data. Fine. What we have seen up to now, students, that two different things. One is implicit and explicit. But today in this students lecture, we'll talk about that how can we pass data from the one activity to another activity. This is very much important topic. So why this is important? Okay, what we are usually doing that whenever you have like a smartphone application with you, with username and password, when you click on a submit button, this username and password are sent to the next file. Right or wrong? Right. Like username and password, like Janish, and the password is 123. And when I click on a submit button, it will redirect to the next another activity that shows hello, welcome Janice. Okay, so how the system get to know that okay this is Janish? Because it is the data from the one activity is successfully passed to the next activity. Okay, so this is just a basic real-time example of this application or the whatever the program we are going to see, but let's see how we can implement that. So the expected outcome, so here it is, what we were going to do over here, students. So this is our you just need to write down your enter name, then email ID and the phone number. When you click on a save button, okay, when you click on a save button, it will redirect to the next activity. Okay, and you just want to see, if you want to see, then you can see over there like this is my name, this is my email, and this is my phone number. The fonts are very much small, but do not worry, we'll make it large. Okay, so with this intent, students, we also learn that how can we use the view components like edit text. See here, we just need to insert the data, so we are going to use the edit text, as well as if you remember the placeholders in the HTML, the same thing will be done by the hint in Android. So we are also going to learn that how can we write down like a placeholder things in the Android. This is a button. We already know that how can we apply the on the click button event in Android. Fine. So as well as the input type should be email and input type should be phone number. Okay. So how as a user you can do input type as email and in phone number. These are all things we are going to learn in this particular program. Okay. So just stay connected with me. Sure it is. So first what I need to do, students, I just need to create one activity. This is my main activity part. I'm just going to take a linear layout. Why the linear layout is very much simple to implement and easy to implement. That's why I'm going to take the linear layout. Okay. So and always remember in linear layout you should take care of the orientation. Orientation by default is horizontal. So you just need to take it as a vertical. Okay. Now what happens? See, I'm just going to take one edit text over here. Okay. The hint, if you can see, the hint is enter name. This works as a placeholder. Fine. Now the next I'm going to give the ID. Always remember if you have if you have any task to with the any view component. If you want to set data in the view component, if you want to get data from the view component, what you need to do? Just assign the ID. Okay, so do not forget to assign the ID to any of the view components like any text, button, image, even if the fragments, even if the layouts as well. Fine. So here it is, students. So the one thing that we need to learn this, so that is a hint. What is hint, students? Hint is used to like a placeholder. Okay, works as the same as a placeholder. Input type is text, and this is my edit text button. Another, I'm going to take another edit text. The input type is email. If you can see, the input type is text, email, address. So this is how you can directly, if you remember in HTML we need to write like input type email, input type password, input type radio, input type checkbox. Same like that, so same like that here we are going to use like input type text, email, address. Fine. Now the ID is email and the hint is enter email. When we talk about the next code, such like this, students, we have the phone number. You just need to take the phone type and the phone as a hint. Okay, we'll see in the regular program itself. Now when we talk about this, so this is my main activity.java file. What we need to do, students, over here, we just need to pass the data. But before the passing the data from the one activity to another activity, what we need to do, we just need to take the data from the XML file. And how to take the data from the XML file? We already know. Just need to call a method that is known as find view by ID. Fine. So students, with the method of find view by ID, we are going to take our three different variables like phone number, email, and name. Okay. So here it is. I'm just going to fetch the data like edit text name 1, find view by ID name, then edit text email, find view by ID email, edit text phone number, find view by ID phone. Okay, then on the click button of the event, we just see whenever you write down or whenever you define the three different edit text email, edit text phone, edit text name, it is, what is that? The data type of that is edit text. That means we can say as an object. Okay, that is object. What we need to do whenever we try to convert the object into the string, obviously what we need to do, we just need to write down the get text or toString method in Java. That's why what I'm going to do is I'm just taking a name one variable dot get text dot toString, and it is converted into the name, same as for the email and the phone number. The both will be converted into the email and the phone number respectively. Fine. Next, to start the intent, see, we are explicitly transfer the data from the one activity to another activity. That's why we need to call the explicit event. So it's an event intent is equal to new intent, then pass the main activity dot this comma second activity dot class. Fine. What is happening over here? Main activity dot this comma second activity dot class. So with this, you can transfer the data from the one activity to another activity. You are moving from one to another. Using this intent, you are just moving or navigate from one activity to another activity. But sir, what about the data which we want to pass? Sure it is. See, just write down the below code like input intent dot put extra. If you remember, I have already told you about the put extra methods. Okay, so intent the put extra method is there where you need to pass the key and the value, key and the value, key in the value. The key should be represented as a common during the source and the destination. Fine. So here my key is name and passing the variable this string name over here. Put extra name is value email, passing the variable email. Put extra is phone number, passing the variable phone number. And then you just need to write down start activity intent. Fine. Let's see the next screen. So this is my second XML, second activity underscore XML dot. Okay, so this is my second activity file where I'm just going to take a text view over there. Okay, in which in a single text view, students, I'm going to see each and everything. Okay, so here it is. This is the ID is result. The ID of the particular text view is result. If you want, then you can create three different text view for your three different words. Okay, like email, phone number, and the rest one is the name. The next file is about the second activity.java file where we just need to extend the activity on the on create method. Students, we just need to create intent get intent because we need to create the intent object first. So after that, what to do? Just try to get extra parameters which you have passed from the previous one. So how to get, like get string extra method is there. This is a key value. I already told you the key value should be common between the source and destination. So value is a common like name. So it returns the name and in string form, this returns the email, this returns the phone number. And then the last one is the find view by ID. You just get to see whenever you try to set the data or get the data. What do you need? You need ID. So I have the result like find view by ID and set text like name, email plus email, phone plus phone. You already know how to concatenation of the two string done in the Java file. That's why I did this. So this is email, phone number and the name. All three variables are there combined together and showing the output. Now, how this will run, how this will show. Let's see with the help of the program. So students, this is my program file. This is my main activity Java file. Here where I have created a method for onCreate. Inside the onCreate method, I have written three my edit text buttons. Edit text like name one, email one, and phone number one. This all three are my variables. Just write down 5 view by ID. You will get like name one, email one, and phone one, where the IDs are defined. See, here it is. Like this is my linear layout. The orientation is vertical. Gravity is center. Android padding is 10 dp. This is my edit text about the enter name. This is my heat. This is another edit text. This is the third edit text, and last one is a button. So button ID is save button, and this is my phone. So here it is. Input type is phone. That shows there is a phone. Input type is text email address. That shows this should be the email, and text, that should be the text value inside the edit text button. Fine. So this is what we have, students, inside the activity underscore main.xml file. Now, what to do when we click about, when we just click on a button, okay, what we need to do, we just need to show the result over here. So let me just skip the, I have already see you, I already shown you that how the output will be. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a three different text view for you. Okay, so we can just show the result in the three different text view. So here the ID is like name underscore result. Let me just change the ID. This must be like email underscore result, and this must be phone underscore result. Fine. Now the margin top is 20 to this should be margin top is, and let me take it 40. Okay, and this must be like a 60. Okay, now let me just change the text size, so we'll get the better result like 30 dp. Next is 30 dp, and here it is again as a 30 dp. Fine. So what I did, I just changed one text view to three different text views, one for email, one for mail, and one for phone number, and one for name. Now what I need to do, see, the main activity file is totally common. Like we just need to start the intent. Okay, so this string names are there. Name one dot get text or to string. You just need to convert into string and store into the email, phone number, and name respectively. Then start the intent. Put the extras with the key values name, email, and phone. Remember, this key value should be the common between the first activity and second activity. This is my second activity Java file. Here I'm going to take the three different values like intent, get intent. Then string name is equal to intent.get string extra, name, email, and phone number. And then instead of showing into the single result, let's change something. Okay, so here what do we have, students? We have three text views. Okay, so let me take a text view, like text view result underscore name, comma, result underscore email, comma, result underscore phone. So this is what we have. We have the three different text views right now. Now just set the data, nothing else. So first, result underscore name is equal to find view by ID. Okay, how to get ID? Just write down R, that means our source folder dot ID dot, what we have? We just have the name result. Okay, this is my name result ID. Next, result underscore email. See, students, the variable's name should be meaningful. Okay, so the find view by ID dot r dot id dot email underscore result and semicolon. Last one is result underscore phone is equal to the find view by ID method r dot id dot phone underscore result, and last one is semicolon. After that, you just need to set the data. See, to set the data, I first need to bind between the Java file and XML. I just get the ID from the XML file, set into the Java variable, and then set the text over here. It's like result name dot set text, and here we just need to find like name is equal to comma. What we have, the name is, sorry, plus, not comma, name. Here we have the name string. Yes, we have. So this is what we just need to do for the all of three, like name. Okay, so just change the data, result underscore email, result underscore phone. This is what we have. This is email variable should be here, phone variable should be here, name is equal to email is equal to, and the last one is a phone is equal to. So what to do, students? We just need to see, if you want to see the design part, so it's like this. See, this is our design part. Okay, so now what's going to be happen, we just going to run this code, and while I'm running this code, maybe it's happened that my camera is not working. Okay, so let me just run this code and show the output. So just wait for a while. So finally, students, my phone is connected. Okay, and let me just run this program and show how it works. So it will take some amount of time as usual. Okay, so this is the example of the intent pass the data. Here we have used the put extra method to pass the data. Okay, and the get string extra to get the string data. Okay, this is the method like intent.get string extra. And you can also create the intent object like intent and get intent. If you want to see the every import file, if you get any error while import writing this like text and all, just write down or just click on a alter enter button. Most probably all the error will be solved by the Android ID itself while you click on the alter enter button. Okay, fine. So just wait for a while. The application will know using the intent filters. It is already by default created inside the manifest file. You can see over here. So this is our manifest file, students, where it is written like category.launcher. So application is installing right now. Let me just open up my smartphone, the launching, and my finally app is launched. So here what I need to pass, I just need to pass my enter name, then enter email and enter phone number. So let me just write down my name. So here what I have, like let me just write down separately. Okay, so this is a Janish, then Janish Shah 12@gmail.com, and the third one is 78978912330. This is my smartphone mobile number. While I'm just clicking on a save button, students, while I'm clicking on a save button, the all data will pass from the main activity to the second activity. Okay, let me show how. See, here you can able to see the data like name is equal to Janice, email is equal to Janice Shah at gmail.com. But what is happening over here? You are not able to find out the third one. Why this is happening? Students, I intentionally did this because you should need to tell me that why this is happening. See, the layout is linear. The layout is linear. Students, by default, the in the linear layout, the orientation is horizontal. It means whenever I just try to adjust the text view, the second text view is set on the right side of that. The third text view is set on the right side of that. That means this is a horizontal layout. So to show the each and every activity, we just need to convert the orientation to vertical from the horizontal. Now let me just refresh the activity again and run the application again. Okay, it will show the data exactly what you want. Okay, so just wait for a while. The application will run soon. So it is asking me to terminate the app. Yes, I'm going to terminate the application and it will run soon. So obviously, whenever you try to send something, students, you just need to remember that you have to write down the orientation as a vertical, because by default it's horizontal. Okay, so click on a save button. Now you are able to see the all data like name, email, and phone number. I already gave the text size is 30 dp, that's why it's larger than the previous one resulting from the PPT, as well as the margin top is this is 20, this is 40, this is 60 margin. Fine. So this is how you learn that we can send the data or pass the data from one intent to another intent, or we can say from one activity to another activity with the usage of intent. Fine. So that's it for today's lecture, students. If you have any doubt, then please feel free to ask me. Thank you so much.